You're being tested right now, today, in every public space you enter, and you don't even know it. Every room you walk into, every conversation you have, people are watching, measuring, categorizing, and in less than 60 seconds, they've decided exactly where you belong in the hierarchy. Not because they are consciously judging you, but because humans are pattern recognition machines built for survival. And survival means knowing who's strong and who's weak. Here's what nobody tells you. Most men fail these tests without knowing they were being tested. They make 9 critical mistakes in public that broadcast weakness, destroy respect, and mark them as targets. And the worst part, they think they're being normal. They think nobody notices. But everyone notices. Your boss, women, other men. And once they see these behaviors, you're done. Not fired, not rejected, just dismissed. Filtered out of opportunities you'll never even know existed. Machiavelli understood something most men never learn. The game isn't played in private, it's played in public. In the small moments when you think nobody's watching. Because that's when your real character shows. That's when biology overrides performance. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you 9 things you're probably doing right now. 9 behaviors that seem harmless, even polite. But every single one destroys your status and marks you as controllable. And I'm going to explain exactly what happens when you do them. This is going to be uncomfortable. You're going to recognize yourself in these, and your first instinct will be to make excuses. Don't. Just listen. Because the men who've eliminated these 9 behaviors move through the world differently. They're treated differently. They have access to power you don't. Not because they're smarter, but because they understand the game. Let's begin. Mistake number 1. Over-explaining yourself when questioned. You make a decision. Someone challenges it. And instead of standing firm, you launch into detailed justification. Stop. You just lost. Explanation is the language of the subordinate. When you over-explain, you're unconsciously communicating that the other person has authority over you, that their approval matters. The power dynamic shifts. You're beneath them. Watch this. You're at work. A colleague questions your decision. Weak response. Well, I thought about it, and if you look at the data from last quarter, strong response. This is the right move. That's it. No justification, just certainty. The weak response invites more challenges. The strong response creates a choice. Accept your frame or openly challenge it. Most people won't challenge direct certainty. Nobody respects a man who needs permission. They might like you, but they don't respect you. And without respect, you have no power. So what happens when you over-explain? People start testing you more. You become the person everyone challenges because challenging you makes them feel powerful. The fix. State your position once, clearly. Then stop talking. Remember, certainty commands respect. Explanation begs for it. Mistake number 2. Apologizing for things that don't require apologies. Sorry, can I just squeeze past you? Sorry to bother you. Sorry I'm late. Stop apologizing for existing. You're preemptively lowering your status. You're teaching people to view you as beneath them. And you probably don't even realize you're doing it. It's become automatic. But here's what it actually does. It marks you as weak. You're 5 minutes late to a meeting. Weak. I'm so sorry I'm late. Traffic was terrible and... Strong. Enters, sits down. Let's continue. Or simply, traffic delayed me. What did I miss? The weak approach centers your lateness and positions you as someone who needs forgiveness. The strong approach acknowledges reality without diminishing yourself. I'm not saying never apologize. When you genuinely wrong someone, apologize clearly, once, then make it right. But apologizing for minor inconveniences, for taking up space, that's self-sabotage. Every excessive apology trains people to expect deference from you. They start treating you like someone whose needs come last. Replace apologies with neutral statements. Do you have a minute instead of sorry to bother you? Excuse me instead of sorry, can I squeeze past? You're still polite, but you're not subordinating yourself. You're moving through the world like someone who belongs there. Mistake number 3, seeking validation from the group. You share an opinion, then immediately look around to see if people agree. You make a decision, then ask, does that make sense? You're broadcasting insecurity, showing everyone you don't trust your own judgment. And once people see that, they lose respect for you. People respect those who respect themselves. When you constantly seek validation, you're showing you don't respect your own thoughts enough to stand behind them. And if you don't respect yourself, why should anyone else? In a meeting, you propose an idea. Weak, so maybe we could try this approach? What do you guys think? Strong. Here's what we should do. States idea, stops talking. The weak version invites debate. The strong version creates a default path people will follow unless they have strong objections. Most people just want someone to lead. Validation seeking isn't just what you say, it's your body language. The way you look at people after you speak. The way you trail off, turning statements into questions. All of these broadcast, please tell me I'm acceptable, and humans instinctively lower their estimation of you. State your position and be comfortable with silence. Let your words land. You don't need consensus. You need to trust your judgment enough to stand behind it. The moment you stop seeking approval is the moment people start giving you respect. Mistake number 4. Displaying visible anger when disrespected. Someone cuts in front of you, someone dismisses you, and you react. Face flushes, jaw clenches, voice rises. You let them see they got to you. You just lost. Anger is not power. Anger is the signal that you've lost power. When you display visible anger, you're showing everyone you can be controlled. That you're emotionally reactive, that someone else has the power to change your internal state. If you can be provoked, you can be manipulated. If you can be triggered, you can be steered. If your emotions are accessible to others, you're not in control, they are. Someone dismisses your idea with a condescending tone. Weak, visible irritation, defensive voice. Strong, pause. I'm curious why you think that. Calm, measured. The weak response confirms you can be rattled. The strong response shows you're unmoved. Their attempt to provoke you failed. The people who disrespect you publicly are testing you, probing for weakness. Your reaction tells them everything. Get visibly angry? You've told them you can be dominated. Remain calm? You've told them you're not accessible to manipulation. True power doesn't need to shout. True power doesn't need to react. Develop emotional opacity. Let people wonder what you're thinking. Respond strategically, not emotionally. The man who remains calm while everyone else loses composure, that's the man people follow. Mistake number 5. Talking about your plans before you've executed them. You're going to start a business, get in shape, make a change, and the first thing you do is tell everyone. You've just sabotaged yourself. When you talk about what you're going to do, your brain gets a dopamine hit, the same hit it would get from actually doing it. You get social validation, and your unconscious mind thinks, we did it. Except you didn't. You just talked about it. Beyond the psychological self-sabotage, there's a strategic problem. You've made yourself accountable to the wrong people. People who have no investment in your success. People who might unconsciously want you to fail. Most people don't want you to succeed. Not actively, but your success makes them uncomfortable. It forces them to confront their own lack of action. At a party, someone asks what you're up to. Weak. I'm actually starting this business. It's going to be a platform that... Strong. Working on a project. I'll share it when it's ready. The weak approach invites opinions, questions, doubt. The strong approach maintains mystery and protects your focus. When you talk about plans publicly, you waste energy managing expectations. You open yourself to doubt. You reduce urgency to execute. And you start identifying as someone working on something instead of someone who's done something. Suffer in silence. Execute in private. Reveal only results. Talk is cheap. Results are currency. Mistake number 6. Bragging about money, success, or achievements. You just closed a deal, hit a goal, and you can't wait to tell everyone. You've just revealed your insecurity. Truly confident people don't need to broadcast their achievements. They know their value. But insecure people who've achieved something, they need everyone to know. They're using achievement as proof of worth. And everyone can smell it. Insecure. Yeah, I just got promoted to VP. Pretty big deal. Secure. Things are going well. The insecure person needs you to be impressed. The secure person doesn't care. And ironically, which one gets more respect? When you brag, you're trying to elevate your status through announcement. But real status is conferred by others, not claimed by yourself. The truly powerful don't need to tell you they're powerful. You just feel it. When you brag, people question whether it's true. They look for cracks. They unconsciously resent you. They dismiss you as insecure. You make yourself a target. People start wanting to see you fail. Let your results speak. Live well. Move confidently. When people notice, respond with humility. You're doing well for yourself. I've been fortunate. Change subject. People who brag are trying to convince themselves. People who are secure don't need convincing. Quiet confidence commands respect. Mistake number 7. Reacting immediately to provocations and tests. Someone insults you, challenges you, tests your boundaries, and you respond instantly, defensively. You just failed the test. Life is constantly testing you. Your immediate reaction tells them everything. When you react immediately, you show you're controlled by external stimuli. You're emotionally reactive. You're operating on autopilot. And people who react without thinking, they're predictable, controllable, weak. Someone makes a subtle dig, still working on that project. Weak, immediate defensiveness. Strong, pause, slight smile, still working on it. Hold eye contact, move on. The weak response shows they got to you. The strong response shows nothing. They don't know if you're bothered or amused. That uncertainty keeps you in power. Create space between what happens and how you respond. Pause. Breathe. Decide if this warrants a response. Then respond strategically. Not every provocation deserves a response. Most of the time, silence is the most powerful move. When you react immediately, people keep testing you. They've learned you're reactive. They've learned they can manipulate your emotional state. Develop the pause. Master the delay. The man who controls his reactions controls the room. Mistake number 8. Complaining or showing frustration publicly. The coffee shop got your order wrong. Traffic is bad. Work is stressful. And you vocalize it. Every time you do, you're broadcasting victim energy. Nobody respects complainers, because complaining communicates you're not in control of your circumstances. You're overwhelmed by minor inconveniences. You see yourself as acted upon, not acting. There's a difference between stating facts, the flight's delayed, and complaining. This is ridiculous. I can't believe this. One is information. The other is emotional incontinence. At dinner with colleagues, service is slow. Weak? Seriously, where is our waiter? This is taking forever. Strong, calm. Service is slow tonight. Continues conversation. Weak energy makes everyone uncomfortable. It broadcasts that small inconveniences destabilize you. Strong energy shows you're unfazed. The situation doesn't affect your internal state. When everything's going wrong, people look for someone who's still in control. If you're complaining, you're not in control. You're being controlled by circumstances. Suffer in silence. Handle problems privately. Show composure publicly. Be the person who stays calm while others panic. That's who gets respect. That's who gets power. Mistake number 9. Treating service workers poorly. The waiter, the barista, the driver, anyone serving you. How you treat them tells everyone watching exactly who you are. How you treat people who can do nothing for you reveals your true character. Anyone can be charming to their boss, but how you treat someone with no power, that's who you really are. Your date is watching. Your colleagues are watching. They're calculating, if this is how he treats someone he sees as beneath him, how will he treat me when I'm no longer useful? People who are rude to service workers signal they believe in rigid hierarchies. That respect is transactional, not inherent. And once people see that, they know when circumstances change, you'll discard them too. On a date, the waiter brings the wrong dish. Low status? Seriously? I specifically said no onions. Can you not get a simple order right? High status. Calm, direct. This has onions. Can you bring what I ordered? Your date just learned everything. The low status move showed you punch down, lack emotional control. See workers as beneath you. The high-status move showed you have standards, but maintain composure. You direct without being cruel. Your power is secure. How you treat the waiter is how you'll eventually treat her. Truly powerful men don't need to assert dominance over waiters. They're already dominant. Insecure men dominate those who can't fight back. It's the most pathetic display of false power. Baseline respect for everyone. Not fake niceness, just basic decency. Be polite, be clear, be fair. Because it's strategic, because it signals confidence, because it shows your power is real, not performed. Those are the 9 things. 9 behaviors that seem harmless but destroy your status and mark you as weak. You're probably doing several of these, not because you're stupid, but because nobody taught you the game. Society teaches you to be nice, polite, agreeable, apologetic. But what that actually does is make you controllable, dismissible, forgettable. The men who command respect, they're not over-explaining, not apologizing for existing, not seeking validation, not displaying anger, not talking about plans, not bragging, not reacting to provocations, not complaining, not treating people poorly. They've eliminated these behaviors, and people perceive and respond to them differently. For the next 7 days, just watch yourself. Notice when you start to over-explain. Notice when you apologize unnecessarily. Notice when you seek validation. Notice when you want to display anger. Notice when you want to talk about plans. Notice when you want to brag. Notice when you react immediately. Notice when you want to complain. Notice how you treat people. Just notice. Awareness is the first step. And as you eliminate these behaviors one by one, people will start treating you differently. They'll test you less. They'll respect your boundaries more. They'll see you as more capable, more powerful, more worthy of respect. Not because you changed who you are, but because you stopped broadcasting weakness. You stopped teaching people to dismiss you. And in the vacuum left by those behaviors, something else emerged. Quiet confidence, unshakable composure, real power. This is what Machiavelli understood. This is what separates those who lead from those who follow. The game is being played whether you know the rules or not. Most men don't know the rules. They wonder why they're not respected, why they're invisible. You don't have to be one of them. You have the knowledge now. The question is, do you have the discipline to change, the awareness to catch yourself, the courage to move through the world differently? Because the men who do this work move through a different world. A world where respect is given, not fought for. A world where power is real, not performed. A world where they're in control. Start watching. Start noticing. Start changing. One behavior at a time. And in 6 months, see how differently people treat you. See how much more power you command. See who you've become. Respect isn't given to those who ask for it. It's given to those who've earned the right to expect it. And you earn that right by eliminating these 9 mistakes, by controlling your presence, by mastering yourself in public. The game is being played. Now you know the rules. The question is, are you ready to play?